Guys, the moment we have been waiting for months for. Finally, it is balance patch time. I heard it was a big one. That's what she said. That's not what she said. But I heard it was a pretty substantial balance patch. I'm excited because it should be pretty nice. Comscore has been on a streak of doing things that are really beneficial for the game, taking more user feedback into consideration. However, I'm also scared that if it's not enough or if it's not good, then people are going to be bummed, but more so that people are going to leave, right? I'm scared that people are going to leave. It's kind of an important balance patch, first balance patch of 2021, but also because a lot of people are on the fence of do they want to continue playing the game. So hopefully this balance patch will not make me out of a job. Anyway, let's get it started because we want to see what this stuff is. Oracle Dark Critical Error. Increased max cooldown time. They nerfed right off the bat. Just right off the bat, right away, nerfed Gianna. Mermaid, Light Mermaid, decreased HP recovery 25 to 20. Decreased glancing hit. They nerfed Molly right away. First two. Nerfed two of the most OP units in like everything. So, wow. Water Werewolf. What? Okay, so for just the first three, that's crazy, right? The shred is not his skill 2. The skill 2 is the turn cycling and the glancing hit and the heal and stuff like that. They nerfed the shred, adding 1 cooldown time to it. It's okay. Yeah, so they're already nerfing these things. Water Werewolf, Second Awakened. Okay, basically the same thing. Light Chumley, Heavenly Kicks decrease the damage that increases according to the difference between your attack speed and the enemy's attack speed, max speed. Max increase amount doesn't change. So increase how it gradually goes. At max damage, it's gonna still do the same amount of damage, but it's less progressive towards it. Does that make any sense? I think I know what they're saying, but if there's a small increase in speed, like if there's a small speed difference, it does less damage than it used to. If there's a medium speed difference, it does still less damage than it used to. If there's a maximum speed difference, then still does the same amount of damage that it used to. If maybe that explains it. Light Blade Dancer, same exact thing, same exact skill. Light Art Master increased damage by 32% on Final Touch. Light Art Master, 32% damage increase. Anytime you see a 32% damage increase, that's his third skill, I assume, right? I don't have the Light Art Master. I assume that's his third skill. Anytime you see that... Yeah, draws Giant Dragon to attack all enemies. Attack can't be counterattack. Passive skills of the enemies are not activated. 32%! That's a huge damage increase for a Light Art Master who's already really OP. Okay, Water Art Master, effect added when enemies remove beneficial effects, all harmful effects granting the allies will be... What? Okay, we gotta resync this because apparently... Come on, man. Please. Apparently, well, it's still internet nonsense issues. I thought it wasn't even gonna be an issue today with this thing, but apparently it can't even handle looking at a screen. So yeah, Water Art Master, effect change. Well, effect added. When enemies remove beneficial effects, all harmful effects granted on allies will be removed. So that's crazy. When enemies then effect change. When enemies remove beneficial effects of allies, the attack bar of the ally will be with removed beneficial effects will be increased by 25. It's now only 10%. How do I feel? I don't know how I feel about this. Because it's gonna be different. They change him so much that it's like as soon as you wrap your head around like how he functions, they're like it's changed again, guys. I was having fun using him. I used them in the end of RTA before Special League. I used them because I only have him on China server. I was using him on China server. I didn't really do a video on it, but I was using him. He wasn't doing bad. Water Dragon, Ice Bolt. So they buffed the dragon's skill 1. How many people were asking for years for them to buff the dragon skill 1? They're like, it doesn't do anything. Buff the dragon skill 1. Inflict damage proportion to attack. Now inflicts damage proportion to attack and defense. So he's a defense-based unit. Now he does more damage based on defense, even with skill 1. Not anything too crazy. Fire So Zyros, damage increases by 10% for each harmful effect granted on the enemy. Interesting. Not anything crazy, just an extra buff. Wind Dragon inflicts damage proportion to attack. Is now based on attack and speed. Light Dragon, proportion to attack is now proportion to max HP and attack of his max HP. Dark Dragon is now damage increased by 20% when the attack lands a critical hit. Light Dragon Armageddon, increased damage by 18%. Now, Light Dragon owners have something to hooray about. Light Sea Emperor, they're buffing and nerfing so much stuff that people wanted to get buffed and nerfed. I feel like this is already a pretty substantial balance patch, and we are still nowhere near the end of it. Holy Ground grants invincibility on and immunity on allies for 1 turn is now 2 turns. Increases the immunity up to 3 turns proportional to the number of harmful effects removed from each ally. If the allies' harmful effects are removed, the duration of the immunity will be increased. Well, we already know that. Increased by 1 turn of that ally. So now it's stronger than Chloe now. He has a speed lead too. I always thought he was better than Chloe, but Fairy King, Water Fairy King. This is okay. Water Fairy King Samath. Skill name change. Overwhelm is now Overwhelm of Water. Decrease the attack speed of all ally enemies for 1 turn. Decrease attack speed of all enemies for... Oh, effect added. Decrease attack speed, 77% chance. So it's still gonna increase the cooldowns too. It's just also decreasing attack speed as well. Interesting. So it's just gonna make him a better combo with the light Chumley if you guys are using that together. Fire Fairy King, Overwhelm is now Overwhelm of Fire. Deserves HP recovery on all enemies for 1 turn of 70%. I think that's, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that second skill of like Samath and Daphnis wasn't anything too crazy, right? It wasn't even 100% chance, and it was just a 1 extra turn of increase, right? So it wasn't anything too crazy. So I don't feel like that's anything. Yeah, I don't feel like that's anything crazy. Dark One is now Overwhelm of Dark, removes 1 beneficial effect on all enemies with a 70% chance, and also strip and also cooldown. I wonder, is that the same time, or would the strip activate first and then the cooldown? I guess we'll have to see. I think it would. I think it would strip and then cooldown. So that's interesting. So I wonder what his base. Actually, we could find out his base speed. Right? If that's going to be a strip and, because I don't know why I'm even asking that. Of course it is. Why would it not do that? Why would it be like, we're going to increase the cooldowns and then we're going to strip? Like, that's not going to happen. Well, it's count to us. You never know, right? So yeah, so he is 98 base speed. You're not putting him on Swift anytime soon, I don't think. But still, strip and so it's kind of like an AoE Okeanos second skill. The strip and a reset. Oh, that's nasty. Bad speed, but you still might consider putting Nyx on Swift at this point. Strip into an increased cooldowns. That's nasty. M Bisons are buffed. So they are, well, also we already saw the Chumleys too. So they are actually taking these new Street Fighter units into consideration on this balance patch already, even though we didn't see a crazy amount of them in RTA just yet. I mean, we see them in RTA. They're being used in RTA, but we didn't see them for like an extended period of time, you know what I mean? So anyway, Psycho Inferno inflicts damage proportion to attack, now inflicts damage proportion to your max HP and attack. Which one is the Psycho Inferno? It sounds, if it says all, it's the first one. Yeah, it's the first one. So now the first one is damage based on HP too, where the first skill is damage based on HP. Water M Bison, and also the Slayer is the same thing. Slayer's the same thing. So we're just reiterating the same exact thing. Because all Slayers are the M Bisons. Destroys the Water One, destroys enemies max HP by 30% of the damage dealt, is now destroy 50% of the damage dealt. But he still doesn't do that much damage, unless they buff the damage. Psycho Crusher for Water, Wind, and Dark. So Psycho Crusher was... Skill 2, wraps the Psycho power around your body and provoke and decrease attack power for 1 turn. Yeah, I didn't feel like that was anything too crazy for the Psycho Crusher. It's like they already have a Skill 1 provoke. Now he's going to do a Skill 2 provoke too. So... Psycho Crusher is decreased cooldown time by 1 turn. Decreased attack power is now decreases defense. So that's definitely better, and decreased cooldown. So that's nice. I think it was a 3-turn. Yeah, 3-turn is now a 2-turn. Okay. So it's a provoke and a defense break, but only a 1-turn defense break. Wind and Bison head press. So that is his 3rd skill. Attacks the enemy with downward attack. Remove all beneficial effects of one target. Attacks all enemies with powerful downward attack and decrease attack bar to 0. So it was a strip 1 target and then decrease everyone's attack gauge to 0. It was kind of like a water cannon girl. So now it is sets back the enemy's target skills to max cooldown. Will be applied after removing the target's beneficial effects. So now it is a mixture between like Okeanos and Ganymede. Oh god, now that I say that, I'm like, oh, here we go again. So yeah, Wind and Bison should be very excited if you have Wind and Bison right now, because now he is Okeanos and Ganymede, very similar to those. So what do we see next? We see Water and Light Ryu. Increased damage by 15% for the Teppanyaki. No, it's not it. For the AoE, 2nd skill, right? So Water and Light. Is this basically the same one as the Ken, but I don't know if we're going to see a Ken buff or anything like that. But increased damage on skill 2. And then the Shoryuken, which is the... Oh, the 2nd skill of the Wind Ryu and the Fire Ryu. Where are we? Wind, Fire, and Dark. Increased damage by 11%. It's just the one that does the brand. And then we see Wind Ryu, triple combo. Increased total damage by 19%. Greatly increase the damage of the last attack. Effect added, triple combos. Well, that's the last attack is the most important one to have the damage on. Because it's like the nuke that happens after the thing is defense broken. So total damage by 19 would probably mean that like they increase the first one a little bit and the second one a little bit, and then the third one probably like 30-40%, but it averages out to like 19 when you consider all together. So I think it'll be actually better than it seems. Effect added, triple combos, cooldown won't occur if the attack stops in the middle. Interesting. I like that. Okay. Same thing with the Wind Striker, because it's the same unit. Water Chimera Crush is now decreased attack bar by 100%. No complaints after I just pulled my 4th Water Chimera. Now they're going to decrease attack bar by 100%. I like that. Okay. Fire Valkyria, now skill changed. First off, what it is now, revives another ally with 30% HP when inflicted with fatal damage can lead to death. Increase target's attack power for 1 turn. Is now revives dead ally with 30% HP and increase the revived ally's attack power for 1 turn. In addition, if warrior skill is available to be used, the skill will be activated instantly when another ally takes damage that causes death. What? Activated instantly when it, but that's what it always, I don't know what they necessarily mean here. Let me read it again. If it's available to be used, it will be activated instantly when another ally takes damage that causes death. It already does that though. Maybe it's just late at night and I'm not understanding, but it's like 2 a.m. here. Anyway, Water Archangel, guys. They're actually buffing the Water Archangel. This is craziness. Yeah, we're gonna have to play with the Fire Valkyria because I don't know. I'm probably just not understanding something on the wording, and you guys are gonna yell at me about it. Like, Bagel, don't you understand what he does now? He makes the fruitcake for the monster that he revives. I'm like, where did it say that in the description? I didn't even see anything about a fruitcake. Like, because you're stupid and blind, you old bagel. Oh man, I am stupid and blind. Water Archangel. HP recovery amount is now 50%. That wasn't really the issue before. Effect change recovers the HP of all allies for each turn is a regen for 3 turns. It now removes all harmful effects granted on all allies. Grants HP recovery by the number of harmful effects removed. Okay, so cleanse and recover HP. And recovers more HP than he did before. So, how do we feel about that? The cleanse. You know what? People are actually gonna like that for like, because I know early game players like to use Water Archangel in R5, right? They're like, I'm gonna use my Water Archangel in R5. He actually is a better unit for R5 now. He's a defense tanky unit. You stick him in the front row. Now he has a cleanse too. So there you go. Wind Archangel, Archangel's Mercy, grants soul protection on yourself for 2 turns. So, not bad. Not bad. So you can even use it even when you don't need to revive anything, right? But even if you do need to revive, you revive everything, you take some damage yourself, and then you give yourself soul protection for when you die, because you're going to die after, you know, taking extra, because you're going to be weak after that, so. Okay, so just extra stuff there. Chumley, Water Chumley is increased damage. I don't know if 13% is going to be enough, but at least they understand that it needed to be increased damage. Wind and Dark 1 decreased attack bar is now 20. Well, also decreased attack bar is now 25% each. Wind and Dark 1 is also 25% each on the decreased attack bar. I don't know that damage is going to be enough for the Water Chumley, but at least they understand that it needed to be. Ooh, the Dhalsim's too. Pass effect change. I like the Dhalsim. The Water Dhalsim was the one that needed the least. So. Recovers your HP by 20% if you get a turn without getting attacked for 1 turn is now if you get a turn without getting attacked for 1 turn, you get another turn instantly after attacking on your next attack. Turn without getting attacked. You'll instantly get another turn. So you just get a guaranteed violent proc is what it is. Okay. Instead of the heal. That's probably better. Yeah, it's probably better. Wind Dhalsim Yoga Sunburst now. So Wind Dhalsim Yoga Sunburst, let's take a look at what it actually is. It would have been nice to have a second thing here. Like on the screen, I mean, instead of just showing you guys not on the screen. Yoga Sunburst is the 3rd skill. Spits a large flame to attack all enemies 3 times. 25% chance to stun them for 1 turn. Damage increases by 30% per continuous damage on the enemy. Now it is going to damage increase by 50% of the enemy with inability effects, so like freeze or stuns, right? So if you have the stuns and the dots, like for example, if you use that with a... So that's a perfect combo with something like the Dark Grim Reaper, right? Because you got the Dark Grim Reaper, he's going to put the dots on, and then you have, and then he's going to get another turn, he's going to stun the things that have the dots, and then the Wind Dhalsim is going to come in and do all the extra damage based on all of that stuff. So, that's not bad. So if you have like a Tiana, Galleon, Thrain, and Wind Dhalsim, or the Wind Poison Master version of Dhalsim as well. So it's going to be even better combo. Yoga Fire is now going to be... Yoga Fire is the Fire Dhalsim's skill 2. Spits fire from your mouth to attack the enemy. Removes all beneficial effects granted on the target with 50% chance. And inflicts continuous damage with a 50% chance. Is now... where are we? 75% chance. And then also after Sculpts, it's going to be 100% chance. Not anything too crazy. Same thing with the Poison Master for that. The fire one still sucks. I'm sorry, that was just that was unprovoked. The fire one still sucks though. Windbrine Magician, unexpected exposure. Oh wait, we missed. We skipped Chloe. Is now immunity for 3 turns. Well, Light Sea Emperor, you're ousted again by Chloe yet again. Immunity for 3 because you buff him. You gotta buff Chloe to make sure that he's still that she's still better. So Chloe has 3-turn immunity. So that's interesting. Maybe they felt like they had to, especially after Lulu. I don't know. 3-turn immunity Chloe. That's not bad, really. Wind Brownie Magician, unexpected exposure. It's the AoE strip. Gains a turn instantly if you successfully remove beneficial effects. So at least 1. So if you at least strip something. So that's kind of interesting. Then you can use him as both an attack power buffer and a stripper. So he strips and attack power buffs and crit buffs all in the same turn. That's actually pretty good. Because that means he's guaranteed into, like, as long as he strips something, he's guaranteed into his skill 2. That's going to be really good. That's going to be really good. It's just that guarantee of having a strip and attack power buff and crit buff. Maybe some people will see what I'm talking about, but that almost nerfs the Fire Art Master, who does very similar. I mean, it doesn't nerf him, but it's kind of similar to the Fire Art Master, who does the strip and attack power buff in the same skill. Nine-Tailed Fox, Water, Wind, and Light Soul Snatcher, creates a shield. Is now steals 1 beneficial effect granted on the enemy target instead of the shield. So we snatch them, We give him the snatch, and then we steal beneficial effects. That's kind of interesting. I got some ideas for that. Nine-tailed fox, light reincarnate, gains a turn instantly after using this guy. I think that's not bad. Because the thing with the light nine-tailed fox is by the time you can actually stack up all of her reincarnates, it's like so long into the match. So yeah, I think that's good. Water Elven Ranger Entrap now decrease attack bar by 75% chance. 75% of attack bar, not chance. And also decrease the attack bar to 0 for the enemies that are stunned after the attack. He now stuns the enemies who have less than 30% after 30% attack bar. So that he's like a budget Varad. Decrease attack bar and stuns enemies who have less than 30% attack bar. So he's like a Varad. You guys like Varad? You guys don't have Varad? Well, use the Water Elven Ranger. There you go. I was already using him. I already think he's fun. Elven Ranger, Fire Wind. They always do this like random 3-stars. They're like, we're gonna buff random 3-stars. Fire Wind Dark, Arrow Storm inflicts continuous damage now for 2 turns with 75% chance. That's their second skill. Dark Elven Ranger's supportive fire increased damage by 54%. Interesting. Continuous damage for 1 turn as well. 54% extra damage. This way you make him tankier and he still does some damage. Regardless, even if he doesn't have that much damage on him as far as stats. And then the Bearman, Water, Fire, and Light Strike. Bearman? Who's asking for a Bearman buff? Council's like, we got it, Bearman buff. There were still some things, I don't know. Some of them were exactly what the, buffing the things that, they are buffing the things exactly what the community wanted. I think some things seem fun. Some things are, I feel like, hold on. Let's see which strike this is. Okay, so strike is skill 2 for the Bearman. Slams the enemy to deal damage. Attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. Is now going to decrease attack power as well. So, I don't think anyone really cares about those too much, to be honest. I think that some things that, like, here's the thing. A lot of the things here that needed to be buffed, or, like, they're addressing things that need to be buffed, right? So that's nice. I don't think that these were exactly the buffs that they needed, but they're at least addressing the things that needed to be buffed. And kind of nerfed. Apparently the Molly and the Vigor were such a crazy thing that they were like, we gotta fix this. This is way too OP. So yeah, still good units, just nerfed. Are they nerfed enough? I mean, are they too nerfed? Because decreased glancing hit chance. Do people just Lucian those anyway and not even worry like, oh, I don't even care about it. They're just Lucian. Because people were just Lucianing the Light Mermaids for like Arena. People were still Lucianing Light Mermaids. They're like, I'll take my chances. I'll just bring like 3 Lucians, right? So, yeah, that was kind of always a thing to deal with Light Mermaids is like just bring 3 Lucians instead of 2. And if they glance sometimes, well, you got another Lucian there to mop up, right? Yeah, what else do we have down here? But I think some, like, okay, so there's also the Bisons. I don't think that the Water Bison, I think that the Wind Bison got a good buff. I don't think that the Water Bison is going to make anyone too excited about using the Water Bison. The Fire Bison, I understand that well, they did do something to the Fire Bison. Fire and Bison, they did do something to him. No, they didn't do anything to him. Okay, well, the Fire Bison was the better of the normal element Bisons already. Because he does some CC. I still would have liked to see some increased percentages for activation for the CC. And the Water Bison was kind of a doo-doo, though. That's the thing with the Water Bison. He was not really anything exciting, and that's why people were like, oh, Water Bison. Like, and now he destroys by more HP, but he doesn't do that much damage. That's the situation with the Water Bison. So I think that, I mean, they are addressing the things that need to be addressed, but for some of them, the buffs were not what I think should have been buffed. So anyway, let's see what I have no idea. Why is it telling me that I need to download all this crazy extra data? Leader skill of some monsters change. What? Okay, so Fire Anubis leader skill is now 19%, not 24% anymore. Light Anubis is now defense increased, is now 25%, not 33 anymore. I didn't really see that being too much of an issue. The 24% leader skill is nice, but now it can be outsped more. Now it's not too crazy. Skill errors. Fix an error, provoke all enemies revive due to a skill that ignores death while having the endure effect. Okay, just errors. Errors. I'm just trying to see if there's anything crazy. Probably incorrectly applied. Okay. Some of these have nice buffs, but I think a lot of... Again, I think a lot of the things that needed buffs are getting addressed, but I don't think that it makes... Yeah, like the Water Bison, I don't really think it makes him super crazy. The Water Archangel... I don't know if people are going to be super excited about that. I really don't know if people are going to be super excited about that. I think that he's fun for R5 now and some other things. I mean, he's got a cleanse. You know what the thing is, though? He's got a cleanse and attack gauge increase. He's got a cleanse and attack gauge increase. So, that could be interesting. So maybe we're not respecting that enough. But I think the Wind Bison got a nice buff. I think the Dark Fairy King owners may be pretty excited about this. I'm trying to like really sit here and think. I think the Gianna owners are not very happy right now. They're like, are you telling me that I'm gonna win less? I will be quitting Summoner's War. See you guys later. No more Summoner's War for me. I'm awaiting Seishizo's thoughts on this patch. He's gonna be like, this is trash. I'm glad they nerfed Molly, but this is trash. How dare they nerf Gianna? She's not that OP. Watch him say that. Watch him say that exact thing. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that some of the things, but again, I'm just gonna reiterate the same exact thing again. So, Bagel just saying the same thing 5,000 times. Is that like they're at least addressing the things that need to be addressed, which is great. Some of them I think are going to make them very useful. Some of them still need to be taken. We'll see how they do, and probably going to need to take a look at them again in the next balance patch. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are excited about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that what are you the most excited for? Water Archangel. I think I'm the most excited for that. What am I the most excited about? I'm definitely excited for that Chimera and the the Wind Bison. I don't have the Wind Bison. Dark Fairy King is going to be interesting, though. Dark Fairy King, I wonder how many people are going to put him on Swift now. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And then the random 3 stars always at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you as always in the next one.